Oh, good day there. Welcome back to the channel. Great to have you here. So today we're in the garage, seeing as it's still winter here in Canada at the time we're recording this, because winter never seems to end. That's a bonus. As you can see over here, Eva's inside, nice and clean and dry, which is where we like her. So, let's get into the yellow elephant in the room. Well, yellow and gray elephant in the room. This is our brand new 2025 SD Lanch SL1200J. There we go. Words and things. We got this. What they call a mud buggy, I call this a mini dumper. We are excited about this. I cannot wait to walk around this machine with you and see if this thing is really all that in a bag of chips. Come on, let's do this. Ooh, Tostitos. Ooh, that's a bag of Tostitos. I hope we have salsa. Yeah. Alrighty, so for this walk around on this fantastic little dirt moving device, we'll start at one end and we'll work to the other, and then we'll bring you on in, get a nice closer look on it for you. So starting here, gray foot plate, nice metal, checkered metal, does flip up, and it does latch in place for transport. It's got rubber bumpers on it, so, you know, it's got some give to it, which is nice. Then up here, you have your engine compartment that flips open, like that for easy access. Battery kill, key, choke for the engine. She is a gas engine. It's a 13.5 horse, so 420cc Ratto engine. Your 4 control levers, throttle. Hang on for dear life because this thing actually scoots bar. A voltmeter and an hour meter. Again, when we get you in here, we'll show you those up close. So coming around, on that side there, you'll see the hydraulic cooler with the electric fan. And then track frames down below. And we get on this end here, working our way back. This is a splashback guard, so when you're loading or you're traveling, it doesn't splash back onto the controls, which is nice. I like that. That's a nice feature. And then this rather large dump bed. There isn't really much to say about it. It seems to be, you know, moderately thick steel, and honestly, it's quite large. You could put quite a few pounds of material in here. And then we'll work our way all the way down to this undercarriage. So you can see there, drive sprocket at the back, a nylon type roller here in the middle, your track adjuster, a smaller top idler, and then 4 large idlers across the bottom. I've tootled around on this a little bit, and I can tell you right out, it is very stable. I was very surprised, especially with the narrower tracks on there. So, but that's enough walking around from the outside. Let's get you in and show you up close. Alright, there we are, getting that close-up view for you, get you in here. Alright, so, like I said, the ramp, you know, this foot plate, nice thick steel with the latch hole, as well as the latch here. Might be a little difficult to see, but there's your travel motors, as well as some of the hydraulic lines. Oh, focus. There we go. Right, so travel motor, hydraulic lines, all at the bottom. Easy to access, easy to service if you need to. That line right there is an oil drain for the engine, which is super handy to have. So come on up to that service cover. Flip that down. And there we go. So there's that 420cc Ratto. Little gas jobby, right? So we'll start over here. So this is your hydraulic cooler that I was talking about earlier with the electric fan. You have your fuel tank, muffler, way back there, if it'll focus for me, yeah, stainless exhaust, and your air intake. And as you can see, there's your hydraulic lines that run up to the valves to control all the functions. So I do like this. This is a fairly big port, but it does not really allow you to reach in and check the oil. That you have to do from the other side. Close that up. It's got a nice adjustable latch too. I kind of want to point that out with the bolt, the threaded nuts. So as time wears on and this wears in a little bit, you can tighten that up, which is really, I really do appreciate that. That's really thinking ahead. So your choke, you know, in, out for the choke, key, and then your battery on, off. Jump up here. All right. So we're up at the command station, the platform that makes it happen. So this lever here and this lever here are your travel levers, so forward and back. This one, as you can see with the sticker, tilts the bed, so up and down. And a neat feature on this machine that I didn't know it had until we brought it home was this lever here. If you look at the sticker, it says it's for a self-loader. Well, hang on. No. And, nope, don't see a self-loader there. So that means it must do something else. And we'll get into that in a sec. Carrying on, got your throttle with the push-button top lock that, you know, we're all kind of used to with any of the gas imported equipment. It's a decent system. It works. And then we'll turn the key on. Click. And here you are. So voltmeter and hour meter. You can see we got 1.1 hours on this machine. So we'll turn that off and we'll turn the battery off. And we'll carry on. Alright, it's coming around this side. There you can see the valve cover and the carburetor side of the Ratto, as well as that fancy high-end stainless exhaust tip. Like, honestly, that right there, yeah, it's worth their machine. We're done. We just need a cup holder and this thing is gold. Coming around this side, you can kind of see the battery in there. You know, that area there, you'll see it. But we'll get you in better. We'll flip the dump bed up and get that, show you that. And down here, you can see your pump. It's a single pump machine. And your hydraulic fluid tank with the fill on top over there. So, you know, on this side, the machine, so tracks, same thing as the other side. You see the idlers and the setup, you know, as well as the dump mechanism there. Come around here, and this is that front side. Nice beefy frame, actually. This is where I tie it down through on the front. It's actually really stout. I'm impressed with that. You have these nice big pins too that have been greased. That they didn't come greased, but I greased them with a shell grease. It's a low temp grease to deal with the lower temperatures and the winter that is Canada right now. And this side, pretty much the same, just a flipped image. And then we'll get here to our tag. There it is, Mud Buggy X1200. It says it can carry 2,600 pounds. I could see it. The capacity. And the maximum rotation angle. That's where things get interesting. Alright, we're going to put you back on the stand, and we're going to tilt this up, and we'll show you what we mean with the rotation. So headphone users or anybody that's got their volume cranked up, if you've seen the other videos, you know that these Ratto engines are loud, so here's your warning, this is going to get loud, so I do apologize. Battery on. See if she wants to start. I find sometimes it takes 2 or 3 times to start this. That may change as the engine breaks in though. Little throttle. There we are. We're not going to give her because she's pretty cold, so let's not abuse the machine. Anyway, so we'll start with dumping the bed. Fantastic, so we've dumped the bed. We put the bed up. Now for that other lever I was talking about. Throttle her down just a little bit. There we go. Give it a few seconds and shut it off. So now we're back down to normal volume here. As you can see, that's the trick thing with this, is that the dump bed rotates side to side. That, to me, is super neat. It allows a lot of flexibility for tight spaces. I really do feel this would be a great machine for somebody that does a lot of sidewalks or maybe even utility installs where you're coming along the side of a trench or you're, filling in your new sidewalk forms, what have you, not lots of room. You fill her up, get her the old rotate, you can put it right in the spot. You can gradually dump it, or you can dump it all in one pile, and then you can still get around. So while this is up, you can come on back in, get that close-up view of what's going on in here. Alright. Alright. So, now that you're back in here, nice and close. There it is, the underside of the dump bed. So again, fairly thick steel. It seems to be nicely built. I do like these big nylock nylock nuts on carriage bolts. There we go. And again, serviceable grease points with the little dust caps on them. That's a handy thing. I appreciate that quite a bit. And that is on both ends of the cylinder as well. Then as you come down to the turntable here, you can see there's a grease fitting right, where is she? Right there. And again, I've greased everything. So this machine's good to go. Now here we are, we'll get you a better view of the hydraulic tank and the hydraulic pump in the back side of the engine compartment. Right? So battery, pump, and hydraulic fill cap, as well as your oil level. As you can see there, it's good to go. And then kind of see what's that graded area before. So nice, lots of room for airflow, ventilation. Should stay relatively cool. The fan over there for the hydraulics is on a thermo switch, so it's not controlled by a switch. But other than that, yeah, there it is. We'll put the bed, the dump bed down, and see if we can't give this thing for a little bit of a spin in the garage here. We got to be careful though, because you know we don't want to hit that. That's expensive. So, all right, let's do it. Alright, so we're going to fire it back up. We're going to throttle her up a bit more, and then let's run a little bit. And we'll see if we can't do some donuts or something in the garage again without hitting the expensive thing behind us and permanently banishing me to, you know, the depths of the nether realm. Oh man, that's fun! Woo! Aha! Yeah, boys! Well, let me get my footing, because, woo! Told you it moves. Now, that was half, three-quarter throttle. You could give her all the beans in the world, and it'd move a lot quicker. It is a single pump machine, so it does have some struggles with multiple functions at one time, especially while tracking. But it's a single pump machine, so you can't really ask too much of it at the end of the day. It's fun to be on. It's fun to rip around on. I cannot wait to find something heavy enough to put in here. Maybe we'll have to find some gravel or something, because all we have right now is an abundance of snow. And snow weighs a bit, but, you know, it's not, I don't think it'd be a fair test. You'd have to have it heaped up to like here, and it's just not going to happen. So we'll have to wait for that, for some better weather, or you know, one of these fantastic Chinooks we have, and then we'll go play in the dirt with it or in the mud with it. Yeah, like, again, I cannot wait to take it out and actually go play with it and do some things. It is for sale. You know, kind of like all our equipment here. You can make us an offer on any of our equipment. We'll buy and sell just about anything that we have. It's part of business. So the other thing too we want to mention is we are going to start buying your broken imported equipment. So send us your junk. We will try and pay you what we think is fair and hopefully come to an agreeable deal on everything. But that's something we're looking for, or looking at doing here. Or not looking at doing. What am I saying? Oh my goodness. It's been a rough week, so I apologize. That is something we are going to start doing right away here. So we'll leave the company email in the description as always. You can get in touch with us, and we can hopefully strike a deal on some of your broken equipment and get some things out of your hair and make room for new things like this nifty little dumper. Man, I cannot wait to just go rip this. It's going to be so much fun. But with that, we'll wrap it up here, and we'll do a part 2 where we go over measurements and specifications and things like that. So if you are purchasing one of these from anywhere, from a reseller, from an auction, wherever, that you can go informed about things like weight and capacities on things like fuel and hydraulic, engine oil, stuff like that, as well as, again, the physical dimensions of it, so that you can take the appropriate vehicle and or trailer and you can bring your new purchase home. All that done and said, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being here. You go on and you go on there and stay safe and take care. We'll catch you on the next one. Yes, it's time for nachos.